Hi, Trudalyn. Thank you for meeting with me today.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's nice to see somebody. It's nice to talk to somebody. I live by myself, so I'm pretty isolated as of late. So this is good.
Yeah, it's some sort of connection. Even though it's virtual, there's some sort of connection with another person.
Yeah, and this was kind of new to me too, right? Like through my phone and I don't have any time on it right now, but like through my phone, like before I could do some little things like I don't know what it's called because I'm not techie, but you could do sort of a video kind of chat. So I'm used to that kind of thing, but I've never done anything like this. I'm thinking like my grandma would love this.
Oh, okay. So you see some opportunities. Just
Yeah,
based on this short amount of time that we've already
yeah.
connected, you're seeing like, oh, I know that my grandma might appreciate this too. It's user friendly.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, thanks again for agreeing to meet with me on here. I know it is very different. You're not having that face to face coming into the office, but um, there is some sort of connection, and I'm looking forward to our time together. Wondering, would it be helpful if I share a little bit of structure about what you can anticipate with our time together? What do you think about that?
That would be really good because like I really didn't know what to expect. I mean, I know like I got an email like that kind of invited me and asked if I was even able to meet like this, but I really didn't know kind of what it was all about or what to expect.
Okay, well, then how about if I fill you in, and I'm curious to hear if this sounds okay to you, and if not, we can do some adjustments around that too. But kind of what I was thinking about is maybe meeting today for maybe 25, 30 minutes, and sort of hearing just a little bit about you and how you're doing, some things that you might be thinking about moving towards. Perhaps you've been thinking in this time, oh, some of the things I'd like to do when this is all over. I'd like to do X, Y, or Z. And so I thought maybe we could talk about some of the things that you're interested in moving towards, and maybe making a change or making a decision to not change, or just kind of maybe explore some things. I also thought maybe we can move towards putting a plan together around that if we have time. But if we don't, I thought maybe we can set up another time to meet and together a plan if you do decide there's something that you'd like to move towards. So today would kind of be a little bit about talking about how you're doing, maybe for 2 minutes or so, how you're doing right now, talk about some things that you might be moving towards, and exploring that a little bit. And then if we have time, put a plan together around it. And if not, we set up a time to put a plan together around that again, maybe in the next couple of days. What do you think about that?
I like that. And as you're talking, what I really like about it is like that there's just like not a lot of pressure, right? Like I've never like had a lot to do with your department, like social assistants, and sometimes you hear things. And so some people that I know have told me like, that they might make you do some things like that you don't want to do or you feel like you have to do. And so there was part of me that was a little nervous, but like just in what you've shared, it sounds like there is like a lot of flexibility and there's just no pressure, right? So I want to just, yeah, that's good. That's really good for me and just kind of who I am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you like this idea of um, where sort of you're in the driver's seat and you have some control over the decisions that you make for you.
Yeah, because like sometimes it just doesn't always feel like in my journey in life like that I've really felt like I've had a lot of control or
Mhm.
maybe I did and I didn't take that control. Like I don't know, but this is just really good.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to just connect with you. And I'm just wondering, before we get started, maybe just for the next 2 minutes or so, how are you doing?
Thank you for asking. I don't know, like I think I'm doing okay some days, and then other days I'm like yesterday, like I had a moment, maybe a long moment, and I just kind of fell apart, right? And I'm not really a crier, and I found myself really like crying and
Mm.
not even really knowing what was truly wrong, but just felt like I was in like a really bad place, right? And just got really emotional, kind of embarrassed to say that.
Mm.
And then other days I sort of feel like, oh, whatever, right? And so I don't know. I think it's just because I live by myself. Like I live in it's like a you've heard like a duplex, like it's like a triplex. So I have this one very, very small area of this very old house that I rent just because it's cheap. And but I don't like there's no contact with the other tenants at all right now. And I just don't have any family locally that you can even maybe I would take a bus but kind of like go and like wave, So it's just been really kind of lonely and isolated and just I don't know, it's just kind of sad. And I have like a lot of breathing issues, so I really limit like when I go out at all. Like I wait till like every last crumb in the house is done before I go get any groceries. So
Okay. So you kind of sound like you've had these um, some down times, and then also some times where it hasn't been so bad and you've taken precautions around your health. You mentioned that you do have some breathing issues, and you also mentioned too that you are alone. There are other people around you, and I guess within the building, but not in a space where you're communicating with them. And you mentioned you've taken some precautions around your health.
mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that with me today.
Mhm.